Good afternoon, fight fans, and welcome to 2024 for No Limit Boxing here on Main Event Television. We're here to officially announce our first domestic pay-per-view of the year, which will take place on Wednesday, March 13th, right here at the Wollongong Entertainment Centre. My name is Nico Parrillo. It's great to have your company. Let's take a look at the main card for this event. It's an absolutely stacked lineup for fight fans right across Australia. Two fighters coming off stoppage wins collide as Campbell Somerville takes on Jordan Martin. Cohen Mudia looks to bounce back from that decision loss to Ben Hussein. He faces the undefeated Travis Drews. Knockout artist Kiki Latelli looks to make it 4 in a row against former heavyweight title challenger Arsene Fosso. Former NRL player Curtis Scott makes his professional boxing debut against another former Raider in Joey Leilua. That's going to be a lot of fun. The head splitter, Issac Hardman, takes on dangerous South American Endry Saavedra before Sam Goodman puts his mandatory spot on the line against former Australian champion Mark Schleibs. It is one of 5 very special days in what's shaping up as the biggest month in our history. It is March Mayhem here on Foxtel and KO. So firstly to No Limit CEO George Rose. After a record-breaking 2023, George, I guess you'd be forgiven for taking things a bit slow, but that's certainly not the case. What a month of boxing we have coming up.
No, we don't move slow, that's for sure, Nico. And, you know, we really enjoyed the boxing last year. I think everybody in the country got behind us and we were able to put on some really good shows. And we've been sitting around bored, really, since the last fight we did at the back end of 2023. And the longer it took before we kicked it off, the more fight nights we managed to squeeze in. So we said that we wouldn't do any before March, and then now we've managed to squeeze 5 in over that 4-week period. And I can't complain. We're heading worldwide. We've got fights in Vegas. We've got fights in Arizona. But we've got a really good one here in Wollongong coming up. And, of course, we've got our No Limit on Fox shows, which I really can't wait. You know, I'm that pumped to get into March already. And it's my birthday in March too, so I can't complain.
Well, I'm certain it will be a happy birthday for you. But before we delve into this card and address the fighters here today, I wanted to ask you, George, about Tszyu, first of all, coming up against a veteran and former champion in Keith Thurman. That's the headline event that we're all looking forward to. How's Tim looking ahead of this massive clash?
He's looking great, and I think the thing with Tszyu now is that he never really gets out of shape now. He goes from camp to camp. He's at the top level. He's at the top level, no doubt. And this is a perfect fight for him to come in to make a statement in America. You know, we wanted to have a great fight for him. You know, some of the names that were tossed up, they were good names, but then Keith Thurman's name got put out there and Tim said, give me that one. We made it happen. He's fighting Keith Thurman March 30th in Las Vegas, something that he really wanted to do and something that we wanted to do. So we're heading to Vegas for a big one, but we've got a great month of fights leading up to that.
Well, George, what about the fighters around you? Firstly, Sam Goodman. He ended the year for us at the Star, but here he is backing up, staying active as he always does against a dangerous power puncher in Mark Schleibs, coming off the knockout of his life.
Well, he's got an undisputed champion in his division waiting, and we're waiting for that opportunity to get against him. But Sam Goodman isn't going to wait around and do nothing. He's a fighter. He's wanted to fight here in Wollongong for quite some time, and I wanted to get down here myself too. So we're really excited to be down here to have this fight in Wollongong, Sam Goodman's home territory. You know, it's a great homecoming for him before he heads off to even more of them bigger fights. But, you know, you've got a guy in Mark Schleibs sitting here waiting to throw a spinner in the works. And, you know, guys at that weight, you don't really see such knockout power that Mark Schleibs has been able to show. The knockout that he did in Newcastle last year, definitely in line for knockout of the year. I think if the heavyweights hadn't have stole it from him that night, later on in the night, he would be the 2023 knockout of the year, no doubt. And that's a dangerous fight. For someone who's a mandatory challenger, who's #1 ranked challenger in the world, it's a very dangerous fight to be stepping in against someone who can punch like that. But I know that the fireworks that have been happening between these two already, there's obviously a little bit of beef there, and I love that. I love that people want to get in the ring and settle it in the ring, and that's what these guys are going to do.
Well, I don't think they're going to have to wait very long to settle it in the ring, because in the co-main event, Issac the Headsplitter Hardman is coming up against a very dangerous Endry Saavedra, who's a deadly finisher as well. What can you tell us about that matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. He's regarded as quite the knockout artist, and so is Issac Hardman. Issac Hardman is the head splitter. He's a head splitter for a reason, because he knocks people out. He's our best middleweight in the country, and he'll get his opportunity to prove that in the future. This fight, though, is a very dangerous fight for Issac. You know, we want him to be ready for the toughest fights that are out there. He wants to push his way through for a world title, and to be able to do that, you know, we need to make sure that he's prepared. He's prepared against all sorts of fighters. This guy can you know, really pack a punch, and I want Issac to be prepared for that. If you can step in the ring against a guy like that, a guy with a record of him, a guy with that sort of knockout power, and get the win, it shows that you're ready for the next step. You're ready to move on and ready to keep going. And we want to see Issac put on a show for us too. That's the other thing, is that it's not only preparing him for what's to come. We want the Hardman show to roll into Wollongong, to give these people what they want to see. They want to see big fights. They want to see big punches. Issac Hardman's got all of that.
And George, we know that Wollongong is a footy town, and for footy fans, there's something very exciting in store. It's Curtis Scott and Joey Leilua. Tell us how that fight sort of came about and how excited you are to see these guys square off.
Well, look, the interesting thing about this fight is both of these guys are very similar. They're very athletic, they're very talented, and they're absolutely scared of no one. You know, Curtis Scott has been looking for a fight. He's been training non-stop. He's been training with Brock Jarvis, one of Australia's best boxing talents. So that's a guy who's going to get you ready for delving into a boxing career, no doubt. A lot of our footy guys who come across, you see them, they've got raw power, they've got aggression, but they don't usually have the silky skills. I think both of these guys have got some pretty silky skills, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for these guys to get in and bang. You know, you're on this card to put on a show for people. We're in Wollongong. Wollongong's a footy town. It's a big footy town. They haven't had a winning footy team here for quite some time, but they are a footy town, no doubt. Actually, the last time that they made the finals, I think I was playing here, so that shows how long ago that was. But we want to bring you champions to this town. We want to bring you entertainment, and that's what we've got. These two big boys getting in the ring, meeting each other in the middle and showing us what you got. You know, the fight game is not for anyone, but these guys have showed that they're willing to step in and get amongst it.
A couple of stray shots at the Dragons there, but that's all right. Plenty of other great fights on this card as well. So let's turn our attention to the fighters, beginning with Chloe Gretsch, who takes on another rising star in Connie Brown. Chloe, thanks so much for your time on Fox Sports here today. This is a massive opportunity for you in front of a big TV audience on Foxtel and KO. Tell me, what does this opportunity mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. So I'm just really excited to be able to fight on such a big platform, and yeah, with only my second pro debut. So just really looking forward to it.
I mean, only one fight into your professional career. What can we expect from your fight style, and what can we expect for you against Connie Brown on March 13th?
Just a lot of action, and yeah, it's only 4 rounds, so just expect a lot of punches thrown. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Seeing so many successful and sort of young and hungry female fighters come through, I guess it's testament to just how strong women's boxing has become. I honestly believe women's boxing has never been stronger. You look at, Clarissa Shields and Katie Taylor and the heights that they've been able to achieve recently. Is that something that inspires you? Do you hope to one day soar to those heights yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always looking up to all the top female fighters, and overseas and even here, it's growing a lot in Australia. And thanks to No Limit, for putting on females on their show. So yeah, it'll be good to see more women, and also the only female fighting on it, so it's good.
That is Chloe Gretsch. You will see her on Fox Sports before the main event pay-per-view kicks off. You'll also see Ahmed Breda, the young lightweight contender who will fight Louis Magaiva at 135 pounds. Ahmed, we've gotten to know you quite a bit recently. You're really impressed with that knockout win in December. You get another opportunity to showcase your skills on Fox Sports. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, no, I'm very excited, man. Just want to thank the boys at No Limit for putting on this show. And yeah, can't wait to do it again. You guys didn't see much the first fight or the second fight. You've seen, 1 or 2 rounds. So yeah, hopefully this one lasts a bit longer.
What can we expect against Louis on March 13 then?
Fireworks. Straight fireworks.
That's what we like to see. Well, in addition to your performance in the ring that night, you had that heated confrontation with Harry Garside, albeit at a distance. He was working the desk for us that night. He's actually working for us here today on our coverage. Do we need to deploy some extra security between you and Harry, or are we all good?
Bring him up on stage. Let's show him how it's done.
I can assure you we're not going to do that today. But I imagine that's a fight that you're greatly looking forward to in the future one day.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. You got to give Harry the respect he needs. He deserves. He's done a lot for Australian boxing, hopefully he goes down to Paris, wins the gold medal for himself and for like the Australian boxing. And yeah, when he's done with that, hopefully we can make it happen. That'll be a great fight.
All respect. Now let's talk about this fight coming up and your preparation. Now you are one of Sammy Goodman's main sparring partners. Can I ask, what's it like getting those rounds in against high quality opposition in Sammy? What have you learned in preparation for this fight against Louis?
No, I mean, it's great. It's the best experience I can get. I mean, you know, his experience, it's really hard to get sparring here in Australia. So the work Sam gives me, man, you can't find that work anywhere. So that's exactly what I need. It's the best thing. It's the best thing for me. And yeah, thanks to Sam for giving me the work. And yeah, we're improving together.
That is Ahmed Redder. As we move on to the final Fox Sports prelim before the main event pay-per-view, Zeke Campbell, the Illawarra local and New South Wales welterweight champion, will be fighting former MMA fighter Laban Stringer. Zeke, you are the local boy. How much does it mean for you to be fighting on such a massive Fox Sports card in front of your home fans here in Wollongong?
Oh, I'm very grateful. I just want to say thanks to No Limit for giving me the opportunity to fight on such a big local card. Definitely coming out to show everyone what I'm about, showcase my skills.
You are so young, and it's certainly a family affair. We obviously know about your dad, so much experience in the ring. Sister Tawana as well coming through, very, very impressive. How proud are you to be representing your famous family name in the ring?
Yeah, I'm very proud. Got a strong fighting team for my family, coming to show what we're about. Yeah.
And what would you say your family is about?
Very skill-packed family, very strong, confident, coming out to show everyone all my skills and all my hard work. I put my whole life towards this sport, and I'm showing everyone there's a new star coming out of Wollongong.
Well, Zeke, you also spent some time sparring George Kambosos as recently as a couple of months ago. What was that like as he prepares for Vasily Lomachenko, a massive fight?
Very thankful and grateful to share a ring with such a legend. Always looked up to him, but yeah, very, very skillful and good rounds.
How's he looking shape-wise?
Yeah, very sharp.
All right, lastly, how do you think you fare against Laban Stringer?
I don't really know much about my opponent, but I know I'm coming in to show everyone what I'm about, and I'm definitely coming out with the W.
All right, well, that is Zeke Campbell. He rounds out our prelims before the main card. And Cohen Mudia, still one of the best super welterweights in the country. He faces Travis Drews. Cohen, it's been a little while since we've seen you. Tell me what's been going on in the world of Cohen Mudia.
Lots, man. We've made some big changes, so changed camps, training with Joel Keegan and Sammy Goodman's team now, developing, working harder than I've ever worked, to be honest. This has been some really good months. I feel like I've developed more in the last few months than I have in the last couple of years. So you're just going to see a more refined, fitter, stronger, more dangerous version of me.
Why do you think you are so much better than you were the last time we saw you?
A large part comes down to the team I'm with, I think. But also just the setbacks I've had. Obviously, last year was an ideal year, having two fights, one ending in a draw, one ending in a loss. Both only had 1 round, 1 point in between them. So I'm more motivated than ever, man. I've had my heart broken by this sport countless times. You know, I've had 3 losses as a pro now and a draw. I've had, in my 80-plus amateur fights, I've had a lot of setbacks. So, you know, my heart's been broken by the sport many times, and each time I come back stronger and better. You've seen that every time I've lost, I've come back better, stronger, fitter. And this is just another level up, so it's going to be a fun night, March 13.
Do you think all those setbacks and all those heartbreaks have made you stronger mentally and I guess more emotionally resilient?
100%, man, without doubt. Like, we're in this world, we like think that things are going to be easy and life's going to, you know, just be all happy and, you know, rainbows and buttercups, but that's not how things are. And my goal as a person, as a human, is to make it as far as I possibly can in this sport, but also be a living example of that. It's very hard to stop someone that will not stop. And I'm not going to stop until I'm at the top. You know, there's some really big fights here in Australia in this division. Obviously, Nikita Tszyu the current Australian champion. Tim Tszyu the king of the division and king of the world at the moment. So, you know, no limit, having No Limit behind me, having my team behind me, the sponsors, support I've got, and the ability that I know that I've been given. You know, I know I can go to where I've got to go.
Do you think that one day you can eventually mix it with the champions that you just mentioned?
Without doubt, that's the goal. You know, I'm not looking past this fight. I'm completely focused on Travis. I watched his last fight live, so I know sort of what I'm dealing with. But of course, man, like if anyone here is sitting up here and thinking, oh, I'm just hoping to get to the top of the Australian level, or trying to, like, what are you doing here? You know, you're trying to go for the top, you're trying to go for the gold and get those belts around your waist, go for glory. So those Tszyu names, I grew up with these boys, like all the amateur teams. Sam, like I love, being able to share a card under Sam. We grew up in the amateur team together alongside the guys like George Cambosis, Jai Pataya, the Tszyu brothers, all these guys. We've known them since we were kids. So, yeah, man, I respect them, I admire them, but I'm definitely looking at them as competition.
Lofty ambitions, we love to see it. You mentioned Travis, and obviously the 2 less than ideal results in a row for you. So is this fight against Travis on March 13th more about bouncing back than anything and getting back on track?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously that's the main part. But for me, it's always, I don't care about the story. Like the storyline is the storyline. I don't get to create that, I'm a big believer in, you take what is in front of you as well as you can, and fate and God deals with the rest. So my story has been an interesting one so far, and I think this is going to be, a good page in the journey.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun, and so is this. It's footy fight night 2, NRL outside backs, 2 strike centres. Curtis Scott and Joey Leilua face off in the ring. Curtis, we'll begin with you. It is your professional debut. What about the boxing world has enticed you to do this?
I've always loved the sport. I've always dipped a toe in it, but never really took it completely serious because football was my main priority at the time. But unfortunately, that door's been closed, and my main focus now is boxing, and I've been at it for a fair few months now, so just getting ready for this fight.
You mentioned the door being closed. Does that motivate you to succeed in this sport?
Yeah, certainly. It's probably, the other thing, it's the other sport that I'm passionate about. I'm not into playing tennis or cricket or anything like that. I like competing, I like testing myself, and I love working hard. So, it's probably my only option, and, I'm excited to jump in the ring, get into it.
Curtis, you said the other day to Nick Walshaw that other NRL players have run scared of you. What made you say that?
I've probably been annoying the shit out of the Rose boys for a fair few months now, messaging them flat out, trying to get a fight, and they haven't really come back with too much. So it's finally Joey's put his hand up, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm not too sure if they're running scared, but it's just hard to find a fight with the footy boys these days.
All right, well, let's talk about Joey. You found someone who isn't running scared. The man you replaced at Canberra back in 2020. How do you think you match up against Joey?
How do I think I match up?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it at all. I'm training hard, got my head down, I'm working hard for the fight. Obviously, we were rivals on the field, and I'm pumped to get in the ring with him and leave it all in the ring now.
Well, I might ask Joey Leilua. Joey, how do you think you match up against Curtis Scott? Joey, that's to you. Yeah, how do you think you match up against Curtis?
I was daydreaming. My head. Sorry, ask a question.
Bit dusty. No, I was asking how you think you match up against Curtis Scott in the ring.
Oh, I've never seen him in the ring. It'll be good. I've seen him as a football player. He's been good playing for Melbourne, and it'll be exciting. I've never seen him box, so I don't know what to say.
Well, it's been a couple of big wins for you so far in the ring. I imagine confidence is high as you face Curtis, who, as you mentioned, is a debutant.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of fights, but when you fight your first time, it's a bit nerve-wracking, so I want to just take that and use that as my advantage, but at the same time, you've got to be in the same ring anyway, so whatever happens, happens. All
right, well, Curtis, you played Joey Leilua 6 times in the NRL. What do you reckon your record against him is?
I'm not too sure, bro. I don't look at that stuff.
Well, I can tell you are undefeated against him on the footy field. 6 games, 6 wins, 4 while you were at Melbourne and 2 when he was at the Tigers. Do you think that's a bit of a mental edge against him?
That means nothing. This is boxing. It's one-on-one. That's team sport. It means absolutely nothing. This is a completely different sport, so I'm not using that as any motivation or any confidence going into this. It's me and him. We're standing across the ring, and we're going to punch the shit out of each other, so looking forward to it.
Well, you mentioned motivation. What is your motivation, Curtis? What is your drive? What do you hope to get out of this boxing adventure?
It's a path I want to take now moving forward. It's something that I've always been passionate about. I love the sport. I love the competitiveness. I love, the grind. So it's just something that I want to move into moving forward, so that's it.
And you've aligned yourself with Brock Jarvis. What have you learned from Brock?
I learned living and breathing boxing. That guy loves boxing. It's the only thing he talks about. So, I've been, living with him, training with him, You know, he just gives me all the tips that he can. He works extremely hard, and you know, he's a good person to be around. So yeah, I'm learning as much as I can from him.
All right, well, those are the stars of our footy fight, but let's switch focus to the co-main event of the evening. This one's for the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight title, as Issac Hardman takes on the former Olympian Endry Saavedra. Issac, it's great to see you once again. Now, the moment that I saw this fight, I thought one thing: this fight is not going the distance. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Him being South American and my style, I think it matches up pretty well. So I'm going to meet in the middle, and I'm going to try and steamroll the bloke and put him down.
Well, I mean, Endry Saavedra, he is Venezuelan, but he lives and fights in Mexico. You've both got 15 wins. He's got 12 knockouts. You've got 13. It's fireworks guaranteed in this one. Does that excite you?
Yeah, definitely. I'll have 14 come March 13. But yeah, it's definitely exciting. He's been in the ring with Jaime Munguia. He's obviously a training partner of his, so that speaks volumes of his calibre. You don't get shitty rounds if you're world class. So he's in there mixing it with Jaime Munguia. So I'm excited for this one. Another international, you know, I had a punch on with the Japanese steel and hit him with the itchy knee San, and then I had to fight the big fridge freezer, the geezer, and hit him with the 1-2 Timmy Zoo. And my Spanish not that good, but I'm going to try hit him with, I think it's a uno dos, and then it's adios.
Always great value. Can I ask, do these come to you in the moment, or how soon in advance do you prepare these one-liners?
My coach has been to Mexico a few times. I've been trying to brush up. I said I was bilingual, but now I'm going to claim I'm trilingual. But I just want to say, last time I was out here with Sammy Goodman, the Mad Bunch would call me a wanker. And, you know, I'm a wanker sometimes, and I'm not for everyone. But if I wasn't up here punching on with South American, I'll be up there with the Mad Bunch punching BB. So let's get the Mad Bunch on the side head splitter, or vodka orange juice, whatever you're drinking, I'm having with you. But I've got to do a job first, maybe after. So Mad Bunch, get on my side too.
Well, Issac, I can assure you, a round of applause for that, my goodness.
There he goes up there.
I can assure you that you are very difficult to dislike. You're a larrikin that everybody loves. But just back to this fight, you mentioned the training with Jaime Munguia, who very well may be Canelo's next opponent. Does that intimidate you at all, the fact that he is fighting sparring with such high caliber guys?
Nah, like when I seen it, I found his Instagram, and it made me like, you know, pucker me bum cheeks up a little bit. But that's what you need in this sport. So if you're not getting up out of bed with a bit of gusto, you're probably not fighting the right guys. So he makes me nervous. So that's what you need in this sport. You can't be complacent in this sport, otherwise you get hurt and you get chinned. So it's an exciting fight. It excites me again. It's my third international, so I'm trying to punch into that scene. And with this name and this guy's record, it's going to set me up for bigger fights.
Good. Well, just on that, Issac, let's talk about the repercussions for this fight. What do you hope to get out of this bout, I guess, in the scheme of global boxing?
Just push me more forward in the WBO. I got this nice, beautiful belt, you know, and that's headed by, I think, Jennebeck. He's with the IBF as well, and you got Zarafa in the WBA, and then that, who's that other coward? The other Charlo brothers holding up the WBC. So there's exciting fights. Another guy, Ammo Williams, just fought on the weekend. He sucks, and I would like to fight him as well. But this fight just sets me up for bigger international names now that no one here in Australia is having any.
Well, you mentioned your old mate, Michael Zarafa. I mean, he's finally getting his shot against Erislandy Lara. Can I get your thoughts on that contest coming up on March 31?
I think it's a good fight for him. You know, he's been patient and he sat there strong, and I didn't think he was going to get it. But you got to back him. You know, me and him are a rival. He's a bit of a wanker, but he thinks I am too. So did the Mad Bunch until today. So, you know, I hope he gets up. You know, Lara's 41 years old. I think it's a perfect fight for him. And, you know, being an Australian boxer, I'm going to back an Australian on the world scene. You know, it's a big fight card with Tszyu fighting Thurman on Amazon Prime. So I'm backing Michael Zarafa to do it. And, you know, I hope he sits there pretty for a few fights, and I'll get up in the WBA rankings and get that job done.
And of course on Main Event here in Australia via Foxtel and KO. We can't wait for that, but let's take a look at now the main event on March 13. Former Australian bantamweight champion Mark Schleibs takes on world #1 contender Sam Goodman. Mark, we'll begin with you. You're coming off one of the biggest knockouts of 2023. Can I ask you, how has your life changed since being involved in a highlight moment against Shamal Ramanouche?
Oh, look, I just want to thank God for this moment. No Limit Promotions, the media, everyone out here, Wollongong, And look, yeah, that knockout was a massive moment in my career. Obviously, it's put me in this position now, and getting that knockout, it was a lot of emotions, a lot of things behind the scenes, getting through it, through the camp and whatnot. But it was a big relief that I got the knockout in dramatic fashion, and yeah, I'm hoping to do the same thing March 13th.
How does that feel to be part of a highlight reel moment like that? Because that's going to be replayed forever.
Look, exactly. There's not many lighter fighters knocking guys like that out. I expected that from myself. I predicted it when I had the interviews. I was a bit more humble this time when I was predicting my work. But look, the shot was there and I threw it. It was effortless, and I made it look easy.
You'll be taking on Sam Goodman. We know Sam well. He is world class. How do you respond, Mark, to critics who suggest that maybe this might be a bit, sort of a step too far for you?
Yeah, look, I know Sam's team very well. He's obviously got a great support in Wollongong. Thank you for having me. It's going to be a hostile crowd. Sam's, he's been on the scene for 4 years on the big platform. I believe that, he's been catered to. He's got the silver spoon treatment to the world #1 ranking, but I've had to earn it. I've had to take hard fights, go up divisions. I'm coming up one more division, going into his backyard, fighting him, in front of his hometown. Without me, there's no pay-per-view, man. Everyone knows I must listen, must watch TV. So there's no ifs or buts about it. If there was a Magic Man on the bill, there'd be no pay-per-view. So he should be thanking me that, we're having a hometown show for him, but I'm not coming in to lose.
Sam, can I get your response to that? Silver spoon treatment.
Look, all you have to do is go on BoxRec, look at both our records. Like, look who he's fought, look who I fought. He's struggled getting out of the domestic scene. I've been on the world level for a year and, passing with flying colours. So, look, as far as that, I think he's probably the biggest clown in Australian boxing. He's delusional. I don't know where he gets his confidence from because, to be honest, I think he's just talked his way into this position. He's a big man on social media. He's a bit of an attention whore. As soon as there's a camera in front of his face, he's got a lot to say. But look, he's got nothing to say when you put it on him. I know what he's really.
When'd you put it on me? When'd you put it on me, mate?
Mate, every time
when'd you put it on me?
You tried me, my mate, out the back. You're asking how it's going.
With your form, mate.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on, bro. I don't need you. I'll take you on right now. What are you on about?
You're an idiot.
What are you on
You're a dead set
about?
clown. Honestly, go paint your nose red.
Mr. Bootman. Mr. Bootman,
every time
you had to come back. Hey, we've got to go to your hometown because you stunk every place out, mate.
You're here.
People are turning. Hey, you're curing sleep paralysis. If you got sleep paralysis or you got insomnia,
the biggest gift in Australian
put a Sam
boxing.
Goodman fight on. In 3
Biggest
rounds,
gift.
you'll be asleep. Thank me
In
later.
Australian boxing. That is why you took the fight.
I'm
You
Sam
knocked this
Goodman.
fight back. You knocked this fight back after COVID. You knocked this
What?
fight
I
back.
knocked it back.
You and your team.
Mate, you had your
probably for
Instagram
more money.
followers
Probably for more
messaging me.
money than what
Hey,
you're now. You're probably
I said
getting
yes
10
straight
grand for
away,
this fight
brother.
now.
I
You're
say
probably
yes.
getting
I don't
fucked
say no, mate. You're gonna get got.
Yeah,
Mark
go ask
Schleibs.
your team. You
Tune
said
in.
no. We're
Tune
getting-
in, Mr. Pootman. Go straight into the toilet.
Real original, real good, real good.
I had a Pootman before I got here. Actually, it was a good one.
Yeah, you probably shit yourself. Fucking oath.
Yeah. I shit myself. Yeah. Who's gonna shit?
Like you did outside.
Hey,
You
can't
went to
crack an
water.
egg.
You're always gonna
You
water.
can't crack an egg. You
You're
can't
the biggest
crack an egg,
clown
mate.
in Australian boxing.
Can't crack an
Everyone
egg.
knows it. That's why you got
All right,
this. You
Mr.
talked your
Pootman.
way into
All right,
this
Mr.
position.
Pootman.
Look at your resume.
All right,
Every
Mr.
time you've
Pootman.
stepped up.
Yeah, now you're
you've
going to
been
be on my
smashed.
resume. Another knockout on my
Yep,
resume.
and you're going to go to sleep again.
Yeah, go to sleep. Who did you put to sleep? You only put people outside of boxing to sleep.
Look who you,
no one
look
in
who
the
you've
ring,
fought. Look where I've been fighting.
I've
I've been
fought-
in tough fights, tough tests.
We've got the
You've
same
done
mutual
nothing in this
opponent, mate.
sport.
I put him in
Tell
a
me what you've
planet,
achieved right now.
and
Tell
you-
me what you've achieved. What have you achieved? You've done fuck all, mate.
What have you done?
You've done fuck all.
How come you've not?
Look where I'm sitting. I'm
why
world
aren't
number
you fighting
one.
for a world
I'm
title?
world number one.
You know
I
why?
keep
Because you're a
taking
dad.
fights. Yeah, you're an
You're a
idiot.
dad, mate. You're
You'll
going to
never
get
get
got.
here. You've never been well ranked. You're an idiot. You're a clown.
Yeah, I will be after I knock you out, boy.
Well,
You're a
Sam,
joker.
you just
You're a joker.
described
I'll give you
Mark
that.
Schleibs as fake, a
Don't
shit.
get, don't get nervous, mate. I'm here for one day. Don't worry. You won't have to see me till March 13th. Right?
Yeah, you probably won't turn up for that again. Magic
Oh,
Man
yeah,
disappeared.
yeah. Well, hey, no one's running away from you, mate. You're the only one that runs around in the ring like a bitch.
We'll see. We'll see who takes the first step back.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we will see, mate.
Yeah.
You'll end up on your back.
Well, Sam, you just described Mark Schleibs as fake. He doesn't keep the same energy. What makes you think that?
He's an attention whore.
I'm
Look
right
at how he
in you
carries
right now,
on.
mate. I'm right in front
Shut
of
your
you.
mouth, shit for brains. 2 minutes, mate. You've had your turn. You shut your mouth. Look, he does it every fight. He talks a big game and then he doesn't show up. So look,
What do you mean?
after this fight, he'll get destroyed again.
Mate.
He'll
I'm
get
in your
destroyed again,
hometown.
and then he'll be back to the prelim.
2 meters away
doing
from
fuck
you.
all with his career, struggling along, doing nothing.
Seems someone's jealous.
That's
It's
Mark
taken me
Schleibs
12
for you.
months to
I'll
get to
tell
this-
you all you need to know about Mark Schleibs. As soon as he fights someone with a heartbeat,
Hey, you know what's good
he
to
gets
see?
beat.
You know what's good to see? You finally found your voice, mate. Good on you.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd be on mute like you
Where was your
you
voice
always
out the
are.
back? Where was your voice out the back? You couldn't walk out of there quick enough. You shit yourself. Shit yourself.
You know
Try to
what?
be
They
my
got
mate. Came
camera
up,
footage
tried
of
to
it.
shake me hand.
They got camera.
Same as,
I don't
same
want to
as,
shake
same,
your hand.
Same as Newcastle.
Why do I want to
Look
shake
at
your hand?
Newcastle. You come up
walk
to
around
Semi,
with
how you
your
going, bro?
elbows between
Kiss
your
my
legs,
ass.
mate. You
You're
walk
freaking-
around like this, bro.
You're fake, brother. You're fake, mate. You're fake. Because I don't want to talk to you. Look at you, you're soap. Honestly.
You can't even fucking talk.
But Sam, were you not impressed by that incredible knockout of Shamar?
Not at all. He's
Yeah, you
fight-
know
he's
why? 'Cause
fight-
he
he's-
couldn't knock him out.
he's fighting the
Shamar
bloke-
went
he's-
6 rounds with him, mate. You hit him with everything but the kitchen sink.
I
And he
fought,
got, mate, he walked
gone
out.
on
The
about a
Chinese
bloke
bloke
I-
looked
he's
better
gone
than
on
him
about a
when he
bloke I
come
fought
in.
in my third fight as an
Bro.
18-year-old kid. He's
Hey,
15.
you
he's
fight
15
exactly the same.
He's 15.
You
he's
fight
15
exactly
fights
the
in.
same.
He's
You
15
fight
fights in,
exactly the
and
same.
he's taking those sort of fights now.
Bro.
That tells you all you
I
need to know
take
about
whatever
Mark
fight
Schleibs.
that is given to me, mate.
Get the-
Yeah?
All
You're
right.
going to
Take the fight
get
you're told to,
smashed,
you idiot.
bro.
That's why you're
I'm
an
going to
idiot.
smash you, bro.
All right, Sam, let's focus on, I guess, what this fight means for you in the grand scheme of things. You are Mr. Mandatory, a dominant performance last time out against Zhang Liu. Now, you remain Mr. Mandatory. It does beg the question, though, why are you doing this? You don't need to take a risk like Mark Schleibs.
Well,
Because I'm saving his career. It's in the fucking toilet.
all
This-
right. Yeah, well, number one, my career's in the toilet, mate. You're on a
I'm gonna watch
prelim
you,
again.
mate.
You're
No,
on a
hey,
prelim
I
again
told
after
you.
this, mate.
You're gonna- hey, you're gonna knock someone out.
You'll be fighting for 2.5
Hey, if you
grand,
can't
3
knock
grand.
me out,
good
if
fuck
you
all.
can't knock a bantamweight going up, then you must
Look
be
at me,
shit.
bantamweight this,
You must-
bantamweight that.
Are you
You
going
never
to see?
fight a bantamweight. You're an idiot. You
You're
never
gonna
fight a
see.
bantamweight. You're an idiot. So you fight whatever fight you're told to take, and then you always complain after you lose. Oh, I'm going back
When
down
do I
in weight.
complain? When do I complain?
Sam, what do you
Rocky
expect?
Ogden, Brock Jarvis, both up in weight. Every time you got an excuse. You're going to have an excuse after
Oh,
this.
yeah?
You
One
probably
you
already
fight,
got
what?
your Instagram post typed out, mate. You're
Oh, yeah.
coming
You
here
wish
and
you had
know
this
you're getting
game.
fed to the
You
wolves.
wish you had this game, Sam.
Oh, please.
You insecure little jealous cunt.
Sam, what are you expecting to gain with a win here? And I might ask you a follow-up to that. What did you make of the monster Innerweight's performance against Marlon Tapalas on Boxing Day?
Look, I'm happy to bring a big fight home and a big show back home to Wollongong. It's been a while since No Limit have been here, and look, I've been calling for it for a long time, and I'm really excited and humbled to do it. So look, I'm stoked to be headlining a card in my hometown, bringing a good fight here. And
Thank me, mate. No worries.
please,
No worries,
thank,
Sammy.
thank you,
Oh,
mate. Thank
oh,
you. Wow.
No worries, mate.
What would I thank you for, mate?
No worries, brother.
Yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah.
Well, there you have it,
Sammy.
folks.
This is what I mean. He's just a
Sam-
clown. He's just a
On
clown.
your
He
Sammy.
loves the camera, this bloke.
On
He's
your
just a
Sammy.
goose. He's
Certainly
just
a lot of
goose.
heat
I
involved
hope you have
here.
a go March 13th, mate. I hope you do. Because you end up on your back or your face, whichever way you want it.
Oh, fuck.
Well, there you have it, folks. Sam Goodman versus Mark Schleibs. Certainly going to be a lot of fun. Issac Hardman versus Endry Saavedra. And Curtis Scott taking on Joey Leilua. What a way to kick off our domestic pay-per-view in 2024 on Main Event. Wednesday, March 13th is the date. You do not want to miss this card. Order it at mainevent.com.au. And, of course, tickets go on sale tomorrow on Ticketmaster. As we march towards March Mayhem, we'll see you there. And we'll face these fighters off right now. See you then. Curtis will face you off against Joey. We need Joe.